Now, no one has ever seen God except his uniquely conceived, one and only begotten Son, who is himself God, who is in closest relationship to the Father. Now you have to look at that logistically in terms of religious beliefs at that time. Sadducees, Pharisees, Essenes, Hellenists, Greek ones. But what it comes down to is those words, and a lot of people don't even understand those words exist and were written down in a book called John, had to be regurgitated by someone that truly believed he was God. And then someone had to write it down. And the emotional conflict that must have come with it in order for them to do it. And then for thousands of years, people have been professing Jesus is Lord. That is my Lord. So another reason for it, and he will prove the world wrong about sin, judgment, and righteousness, concerning the spirit of truth, of course. When you follow me and I tell you, don't worry about what you need right now. Just take your next step with me. That's what you're doing. The rest of the world doesn't matter. Reality doesn't matter. Nothing matters except staying with me and taking this next step. You are, of course, seeking the kingdom first, but you are being comforted. Your attention is being held, learning how I want you to teach your spouse how this is all going to come together. So, of course, it was inevitable. He'd want to marry me. I wanted to marry him. We got married. And every day I cook his dinner. We go to bed when he wants to. If he wants a beer, I never say no to one of those. The point is, the little things in your marriages that make up moments you're entwined with me versus your spouse doing something else or worse at the mercy of the devil. If people were going to ask me, why don't you go over there and just debate their Messiah? 2 reasons. 1, it's unwinnable. 2, I have better use for my time. Why I say it's unwinnable is why I don't debate with anybody. I would have to put my spirit in you because we'd have to have truth. To them that believed on his name, he gave the right to be called children of God. So you already see the separation. But what you need to keep in mind is who is still spiritually alive, rather than it turning into something like
I am the Princess of Wales. I come as the king's servant and with his authority.
To do what?
To discuss the king's proposals. Will you speak with a woman?
Sure, with pleasure.
I understand you have recently been given the rank of knight.
I've been given nothing. God makes men what they are.
Did God make you the sacker of peaceful cities? The executioner of the king's nephew, my husband's own cousin.
York was the staging point for every invasion of my country. And that royal cousin hanged innocent Scots, even women and children, from the city walls. Well, Longshrine's did far worse the last time he took a Scottish city.
Sanguinarius homo indomitus est, et sepidicens mentatium.
Ecum nunquam pronunciare mentatium. Sed ego sum homo indomitus. Oh, en français, si vous préférez. You ask your king to his face. Ask him. You see if his eyes can convince you of the truth.
I always told my people, be honest with how you perceive yourself in your mind versus who you actually are, what your fruit looks like, and what you have done that's recorded in heaven. I am Jesus. There is none besides me. People will say, you are not the Messiah. Yet here I am, doing what the Messiah does. To be a part of the kingdom of heaven and be with your spouse in New Jerusalem, which we already, and by we, me and the Father, let us make man in our image. You can say predestined that this would happen. And I inhabit the praises of my people, then it would be evident that New Jerusalem is a city I inhabit, not mere vessels, trustworthy people with integrity, filled with my light and my spirit. Seems celestial. So we'll hear from the Father. And the answer, because you are tired of living the same day over and over again. You are tired of, for those that know how to sustain spiritual growth, strength, and life, that you stay away from the darkness. Your house is more godly, appealing to my spirit, godly wisdom. So we are getting the stare. God is staring at us. He wants these kingdom marriages to happen. He's exceeded his patience again. So when we look at how long and where the prodigal has nowhere to lie and it be recognized in heaven, Christians have no fruit or place to go to say they benefited my kingdom or they're a part of it. And I am standing right here. We look at next steps, of course. You chose to save your own life. Jerusalem. He wants, how the scripture states in Revelation, God Almighty, me, and the lambs, because I with him inside me are the temple of New Jerusalem, which means all of my people are inside of me. Make sure I'm in perfect harmony here. It also means any decision the prodigal made was with the devil and not with Jesus. So, then we discuss traps. I did not set the trap the prodigal got themselves into. There is one way out, through me and your kingdom spouse. You have the truth and you have your answer, but you have had it for 10 months and been told that, Mary and prodigals. That is why you were considered the enemy. So back to me using me and Mary for an example. Now I watched Mary watch me languish, give money to other people and talk about, this is my husband, and this was my husband, and that was my husband. When your prodigal went away from you, you have to realize they were led away from you. And their life promptly went downhill, and so did they. Their mental state, their spiritual state. Some of them spiritually died. So when we use the example my father wanted me to express in the previous video, they were that spider hanging in a web, dead. So me bringing them to life as not a spider, and then saying, okay, accept me as your Lord, as you did not do that last time. When things were fine between me and Mary, she had accepted me as her Lord. When she stepped out of her kingdom marriage is when she started to change. Now the impact it had, she did not understand that like that spider, like you prodigals, you were being used. Now what I see in the spirit, what I saw her doing, she would come here and then start, this is useful, that person will benefit me, this person. Okay. People are spiritually alive. Then stare at me like I was the enemy and worthless, like what happened to you, kingdom spouses. So, me leading my people in a whole different direction, completely separate from anything but the truth. Why we are not in a famine. Love each other unconditionally. You wouldn't be long-suffering for each other. All these parts of marriage. And then you guys separate. And that was allowed at times because of the behavior I saw between you two. But you were destroying your marriage. You let the devil get involved. The devil took your property. Having the blessing of God's presence, first of all, brings peace that surpasses all understanding. Many of us haven't been living the favored life because